All right, let's talk about something that every educator knows and, let's be honest, maybe dreads a little: navigating that final chaotic stretch of the semester. So today, we're going to dive into a guide for landing the plane and finishing strong.
You know that feeling, right? The emails are piling up, the grading feels absolutely endless, and all of a sudden there's this wave of urgency from students. It's so easy to feel, well, completely squeezed. But what if we could actually change our whole approach to this final push?
So let's jump right into our main idea here. I want you to think of the whole semester as a flight. You've already handled the takeoff, and you've hit that cruising altitude. Right now, you're on the final approach. And this part isn't about speed, It's all about a steady, controlled descent. And this right here is a huge mindset shift. The really heavy lifting, building all that engagement, guiding students, showing up week after week, that's behind you. The goal now isn't to do more, it's to finish with a real focused intention. And just to see it all mapped out, here's the whole journey. We're past the takeoff, we're done with cruising, we are right here in the final approach. This is the moment to really focus our skills and get ready for a nice, smooth landing.
Okay, so what does this actually look like day to day? Well, our first big strategy is all about feedback. Because at this stage of the game, it's all about quality over quantity. It's about being effective, not just exhaustive. Our instinct might be to just pour out these long, super detailed comments on every single little thing. But honestly, what's really going to help a student right now is clear, targeted feedback that literally points them toward the finish line. So, when you boil it all down, what do your students really need from you right now? It's pretty simple, actually. It's just three things. They need to know what they did well, they need to know the key areas where they can improve, and they need a clear path to finishing the course. That's it. That's the good stuff. Next up, let's get into how we can maintain those super important connections with our students, especially when, let's face it, everyone's energy is starting to tank. Because as we get close to the end, two things almost always happen. First, you get some students who just start to drift, right? Their engagement dips. And second, your inbox just gets hit with a tidal wave of requests about late work, grades, you name. But check this out. There's a really simple but powerful tool to fight that drift. Just a quick announcement. Seriously, just acknowledging their progress, reminding them how far they've come, and encouraging them to finish strong can be that little nudge that pulls those drifting students right back into focus. And for that flood of emails, the key words here are clarity and consistency. You can be totally supportive and empathetic while also holding firm to your policies. In fact, it's actually a kindness to students. They benefit from knowing exactly where those boundaries are. This brings us to a really crucial point that is all about you. Think about it. You can't guide a plane to a safe landing if the pilot is totally running on fumes. So it is time to protect your own energy. Let me just say this as clearly as I can. The pressure to be constantly available is huge, I get it, but it is not sustainable. You do not need to be everywhere all the time. It is perfectly okay to not respond instantly. So what's the strategy? It's about being intentional. Figure out the places where your presence is going to have the biggest impact. Maybe it's a final Q&A session or some targeted feedback on a draft, and focus your energy there. And then let that be enough. And all of this, all these little tips and tricks, they all bring us to the single most important message of this entire explainer. Seriously, if all the other strategies just kind of fade away after you're done watching, please hold on to this next part. This is the one idea, the one mindset that can totally transform the end of your semester from a frantic sprint into a really meaningful conclusion. You are not trying to do more. You are trying to finish well. Let that sink in for a sec. This is a huge shift. It's moving away from just frantic, busy activity and toward focused, intentional completion. At the end of the day, your role in these final weeks is really twofold. You are the guide for your students, helping them land that plane safely. But you're also the pilot, and you absolutely have to take care of yourself to make sure everyone arrives in one piece. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Based on everything we've just talked about, what is one concrete boundary you can set this week to protect your energy and help you finish well? Maybe it's setting specific hours for email or just committing to that targeted feedback idea.
Whatever it is, deciding on it right now can make all the difference.